Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Laymen Daily Show. Got quite the news for you today. Diablo devs would never fake questions. What are you talking about? Got some news on Diablo. I saw the reviews of Diablo. We're going to do the reviews tomorrow for Diablo, but today we're also going to do Street Fighter reviews. We're going to watch one or two of the videos talking about the game, reviewing the game, look at the Metacritic score. We got some other news, reviews, and discussion. We got the quiz game at the end. Got some other stuff. I've got Tears of the Kingdom, what people are building. I've got a lot. It's going to be a really big show. All right, let's get to it. But the first story is kind of crazy. Diablo, you were on such a good run. Why are you faking questions? Now, we don't know for sure if they're faking questions, but let's get to the drop. But it's certainly an interesting first story. Okay? All this and more after the drop. All right. How's everyone in the chat today? Everyone's good? Okie J, smash that like button, guys. Better smash that like button. Okay? Like and subscribe, all that kind of nonsense. All right. Have I watched Spider-Verse yet? I'm watching it tomorrow night. I'm going to be doing a review of that on Friday, my time. Very excited to watch that, of course, and review it. I did see the previous one. I think I've seen all Spider-Mans, right? So I feel like I'm on the pulse with Spider-Man. But one thing people aren't on the pulse of, segue, is Diablo. And the way that they present questions, right? So here's the headline, everyone. Diablo 4 encounters a PR snafu with the developer Q&A involving fabricated users. Blizzard Entertainment's Diablo 4 has encountered a PR snafu. Yep, cool. Future Games Show has put out a call for Diablo 4 Q&A session where some interviewers would sit down with the game's developer to answer a bunch of community questions. However, it appears that the questions were fabricated via inactive or recently created Twitter accounts. Now, I've got some of those here. See this one? Out of nowhere, hasn't been active for 13 years, asking questions about Diablo. I mean, very, it's like Satoshi Nakamoto, right? The creator of Bitcoin. Just chill for a while, and then when he needs to come out 13 years later, we may see him again. Same with this account. Very important. Diablo 4's coming out. It's time to make a re-entrance. Big time. Another one here too. This was made this month with only one thing that they said. D4, man. Diablo 4. Very, very important. And let me tell you, these aren't fake accounts. What are you talking about? One that's inactive for 13 years and another one that's just been created like 2 minutes ago. That doesn't mean it's fake. What? Never. Goddamn buttons. I can't even, Anyway, let's see what the devs had to say, because what we're going to see is real questions. How bad could it be? They're going to be real questions, right? Of course. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Right now, we're going to answer all your questions about Diablo 4.
And we haven't read any of these.
We haven't read any of these, guys. What? We haven't read any of these. That's crazy. What are you talking about? We haven't made these up. We haven't just fabricated these questions. The fact that he would even put that in, that's a bit sus. I'm just going to throw it out there. Bit sus.
Observer. When the Battle Pass becomes available,
that's the first question.
The characters of Lilith and Inarius in particular are central to the story of Diablo 4. Okay, so Steven from Discord says, Diablo 4 is a much more realistic and detailed visual style than the more painting-inspired Diablo 3. How does this affect how the game is designed?
That's a normal question. I mean, that doesn't that just feel like a gamer question? I mean, it just feels like they're really trying to say, you know what? I'm a gamer, and I'm just going to be asking, like, it looks like so much more realistic and detailed. How does this affect the game is designed? That's not a gamer question, all right? That's not a gamer question, all right? What about the first one?
I've got a lot of noob friends I want to bring in. What do they need to know about previous entries in this?
I got a lot of noob friends, dudes. I got a lot of noob friends, man. I mean, like, they're just such news, man. No one asks questions like this.
Series.
Right?
If you've played Diablo in the
past, the cutscenes in Diablo 4 are gorgeous. How important was it to get these as high quality as they are in the game?
We got a wonderful question here. Diablo just looks absolutely incredible. I can't believe how amazing the cutscenes are. They're absolutely gorgeous. Pat on the back for the devs. You guys have done an incredible job. By the way, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? We just want to know, like, how'd you do it? But by the way, Great question. Thanks so much for asking that.
We wanted you to go through the character creation, create your interesting villain, being that she is both an antagonist, but also from YouTube. Lilith is an interesting villain, being that she is both an antagonist, but also the tempting mother of Sanctuary.
No gamer would ask like anything like that. Lilith is an interesting villain. Also a great antagonist, but also the tempting mother of Sanctuary. No one would say that. Gamers would be like, are you going to put fucking loot boxes in here? Is this going to be like Diablo Immortal, that piece of shit? Can I teabag people?
How do you craft a villain that is both despised and adored?
Again, I mean, this is just not how people ask questions in the gaming community. I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. You know? Oh, we have a question here from Fake Account 69. Diablo looks absolutely incredible. I can't believe it. I think everyone should purchase the deluxe edition, not the standard edition, because it's just so much bang for buck. Also, the Blizzard Activision deal should go through if the CMA is watching. Great question. Thank you so much for asking that. I mean, what else do we got here? Like, seriously.
Only one Matt on YouTube, it seems.
Right?
Yeah. If all I care about is looking like a badass, ooh, language, which class should I play?
I mean, if these questions were in LA Noire, these guys would be guilty. Again, let's just hear that question again.
If all I care about is looking like a badass, ooh, language, which class should I play?
Gamers, are we asking questions like that? Maybe we are. Maybe we are. But let me tell you, I'll be very surprised. I'll be very surprised. Gamers, especially Diablo 4 gamers, they're going to be like, how grindy is this game going to be? Is it going to be XP boosters in this shit? Is it going to be broken like Diablo 3 was? Is this going to be a meme? Is this an out of season April Fool's joke?
You know, of course, they're all wonderful, right? But I think if you really barbarian there.
Jamie D from Twitter asks, adding mounts to the game is an exciting step. Agreed.
Adding mounts is an exciting step. I'm just so excited as a gamer. I mean, it's just incredibly exciting. Oh God.
What was the thought process behind that?
I mean, you know, it's such a big open world. Like, you know, I always love this.
Do we even want to hear these responses? I mean, do we really want to hear these responses? Let's be honest. Oh, guys, I'm getting a question here from someone on the chat. It's a real question. Sam, why are you so incredibly good looking? You are amazing. Holy shit, this show is the best thing ever. Can't wait to watch more of it, and everyone should donate $10,000. How do you keep being so awesome and a giga Chad? I'm so glad you asked. Thank you. Thank you for that question. I mean, it's just it's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? They should have covered their tracks a lot better. I'm just going to throw it out there. They should have covered their tracks 10 times better.
Emolent 1997 from Reddit asks, in Diablo 3, it felt like the characters from past seasons were a bit underpowered to play once new ones came along. Will D4 give incentive to play old normal mode characters once seasons come along?
That's a great question. I mean, we're going to tell you that you're going to feel super powerful in Diablo 4. We're also going to tell you that there's going to be heaps of stuff, really great endgame stuff, and all sorts of ways that you can revisit previous characters and feel really strong. I mean, it's just a giant ad of fake questions, and I'm really loving it. You know, I think it's really great, and more devs should do this. I think Starfield should do this too, because I think if they do any sort of Q&A with real gamers, they're going to get some interesting questions. Okay, is this going to be another Fallout 76? Is this going to be a disaster like Redfall? Oh man, I had to throw this in today because, well, I should also say that Diablo is getting very well reviewed. Right, so they didn't need to do this fake Q&A. It wasn't essential. It wasn't needed. But they felt like they needed to for some reason. They obviously put out the call and maybe they got questions they didn't like or no one responded or something like that. And the devs felt like, okay, we need to do something here. And they're like, let's think like a gamer. Let's put these questions forward because these are how gamers would ask them, right? Of course. Stu says, Sam, if you think this is bad, you should see the BS Twitch list. Actually, I haven't seen that. I don't know what that is, but this is good fun. I mean, I always like devs you know, telling it how it is, folks, and asking serious, real questions.
Imagine this makes development significantly harder. Why was it so important?
I love this also.
Asks all the right roles and everything that you have, all that kind of stuff. That's really more of the focus that we have. Says DC2 from Twitter says, or asks, thanks for putting couch co-op in the game.
Thanks for putting couch co-op on the game. Thank you so much for putting an extra feature. This isn't some sort of ad in the question. I mean, we're not talking about how many extra features you can enjoy in Diablo. I mean, we're just saying this is a question that someone asked. We're not trying to deliberately put things in so you guys know what to expect from Diablo 4.
Oh, that's nice. You're welcome.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Me for writing the question. Ah, dear, this is good fun. Anyway, we'll have to see if there's more fake Q&As. Maybe that's a segment now, just more fake Q&As. Good times. This video should have never been made. Absolutely. I don't know what they were thinking. Should we finish with one more question? All right, I haven't seen these questions at the end.
Skill trees be further expanded with new branches choices for existing abilities in future patches seasons. I'd love skill clusters like the Necromancer's Curse cluster to have one extra oomph.
That's a great question. Are we going to continue to expand in terms of the amount of content we're going to give you? Yeah, we're going to give you so much fucking content, guys. It's going to be amazing, all right? Just get the deluxe edition. It's going to be awesome. We got co-op on couch. We got heaps of shit for you, man. It's going to be great. Great questions, guys, today. Thank you so much for these authentic questions. I mean, every question is packaged in a way that explains a Diablo feature. It really does. Oh, thanks so much for putting mounts in the game. Is there going to be expanded skill trees as we continue on? Oh my god, I can play on the couch now with my friends. Thanks, Diablo. Oh, man. Garu says, wait, you're back, Laymen? I'm back, baby. Just back for you.
This is really something we're thinking about more as part of like our expansion releases. So, which I know we're not talking about expansions too much today.
Multiplayer, they were absolutely viable single-player games. Do you feel this element will be lost with the ever-increasing push towards seasons and battle passes in Diablo 4?
No, I don't think so at all.
No,
so right now, when the player's playing through the campaign, they're playing through a number of private spaces where if you're in a party, you'll see those players, but...
we've seen enough. All right. These are all fake and we know it. It's actually quite comical at this point. Peg, I agree. I agree. But in other news, actually, Diablo is doing well in terms of reviews. 92 for Xbox. Now, I think it got 86 on the PC. Now, this is actually somewhat competing at the moment for Street Fighter 6. Now, they're two separate games entirely, of course, but they're kind of being reviewed exactly at the same time. So people that love Street Fighter and people that love Diablo 4, they're definitely going to be competing for what game are they going to kind of purchase or whatever. I certainly am going to be purchasing Diablo 4. Some hardcore Street Fighter fans, they're going to kind of dig into that first and play that, or at least look at these reviews, and kind of a lot of their attention is going to be on that. But this has been really well reviewed. Really excited for this. I remember when I played the beta, it was absolutely fantastic. When this comes out for early access, I'm going to play this. I'm going to try and review it early next week. I'm going to put in maybe 40 hours or something. 30 hours, I don't know what it is, so I can just do impressions. I think it's quite a beefy game, you know, so I don't know if 10 hours is going to be sufficient. Feel like I need to play quite a bit of it to actually sink my teeth in. Watch the Shill Up review. Definitely not unsubscribe from him, folks. Yeah, I think his review is a little bit late. I think I saw on Twitter that he had to push that back based on how long it was going to be in terms of his review. That kind of sucks. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing a review of this next week. Last game I reviewed was the last impressions I did was Tears of the Kingdom. And last movie review I did was, I think it was The Pope's Exorcist, but I do have another movie review for you guys on Friday. So very excited for that. Breaking, Insomniac Games confirmed that the Spider-Man 2 gameplay footage from PlayStation Showcase is not the final build version of the game. Look, let me tell you. All right, let me tell you, folks. I'm pretty sure that's the finished product. I mean, very minimal changes are we going to see to actually gameplay. I'll be blown away if the game that gets released and what they showed us now is significantly different. Significantly different. So, you know, whenever I see these ridiculous things, I'm just like, okay, cool. But I want to throw it in because, you know what? We may see improvements. We may see something that looks even more beautiful. Because I did see on Twitter, some people are like, the water looks shit, or this just looks like Spider-Man, the original one, or whatever, you know? Like, people weren't blown away by the graphics. But people don't play Spider-Man, I think, for, like, how realistic it looks. It's about feeling like Iron Man, you know, and that's what people play for. So I'll be interested to see, though, the finished product now. If they're going to come out with this kind of commentary, I want to see what the end result looks like. In other news, very important segment now, guys. Okay, we get to see what's happening in the Tears of the Kingdom. People are making pirate ships that float. Very important. Another thing that just sits and hovers and destroys an entire encampment. Again, I don't know how to make these things. This is just like, man, I struggle to make the thing that has the board and the 2 wheels and it drives. What's that thing called? Oh, that's right, the car. No, honestly, I struggle to make basic things in this game. This is kind of cool. Come on, get it happening. There we go. I mean, that is really fucking cool. The problem with this game, it eats so much battery, though, in terms of you moving things around. You can maybe move it around for like 10 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever it is. Holy shit, that's cool, huh? In other news, there's a horse caught in here and he's just throwing a chicken around. Very important. In other news, you don't even need to fight enemies. You just need to do this weird worm thing. I'm loving it, okay? And I do feel like, sadly, we're going to start seeing all these drying up. I don't know if Twitter is going to be filled with more of these Tears of the Kingdom people building weird shit. But as long as it's around, I want to try and put it in because it's quite interesting. Speaking of that, it's not just what people are building, it's also the memes. Now, the next one I'm going to show you, it's a Tears of the Kingdom. Someone made it. I saw it on Twitter. I saw it everywhere. I saw it on Reddit. And Thick Boy was like, you have to. He was the one that first sent it to me. He's like, you have to put this in the show. I'm like, I don't know if the audience wants to see this, but you know what? Fuck it. This is what people are building in Tears of the Kingdom. Okay? What the hell is wrong with people? That is Rule 34 stuff. I mean, we've seen plenty of Rule 34 for Zelda, for Zelda in general. But now people are moving beyond the Rule 34 of we know and love. Oh my god, I've seen that everywhere on Twitter now since Thick Boy sent that to me. Not safe for work. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh man, good times. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is the original cast returning. Now, originally I covered this. I didn't actually think that... Well, from what I was seeing, the reports were kind of hinting that we may not see the original cast, but it does seem that the original cast will be returning for the remake. On an official press release from Konami, confirmed a multi-platform release on PlayStation 5, blah, 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 blah. It also confirmed, I think, that that original cast is coming back. Now, I have mixed feelings about this, right? I kind of feel like the original performance was so good and everyone loved that original performance. Do we need to see the original cast return? If they come back, I'm sure they'll do a fantastic job. But there's going to be certain fans out there, kind of like myself, but I'm open to the new one, that just love the original performances, love what Snake was and is and how he sounded and all that kind of stuff. And 20 years on, I mean, there's going to be some changes there, right? And that's fine. But I just kind of love... I love the idea of having the digital kind of revamp, a remake, different quality of life changes, all sorts of stuff that they're going to be doing, but not necessarily touching the voice acting. I don't know, that's just me. But it seems like they are going to be bringing that back. So you know what? I'm very hopeful. I think it's going to be great. Very excited to see this. We wanted this for a long time. Now it is finally coming. We only saw a snippet of it, right? Not even any gameplay. We saw a cinematic for like 10 seconds. But that was all we needed to know it was happening. And that was all we needed to be very excited for it. In other news, guys, sad times. Sad times. 7 years ago today, we lost. Was it 7? I thought it was, oh my God, 7. I thought it was like 10 years. You know how usually time goes so fast? But now time has gone slow. Time's gone slow since Harambe has passed away. Sadly, guys, it was very important to put this in because it was a phenomenon. Everyone stopped and watched the video when Harambe, that whole Harambe thing happened 7 years ago today. It was definitely doing the rounds, and it's important to remember this wonderful gorilla. In other news, which is as important, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger says he would love to join the MCU if the role is right. Look, he's now the CEO of action or something for Netflix. He's doing all sorts of shit in terms of, guiding them. I don't know what he's really doing at Netflix, but he's doing something, right? So I'm excited to see whatever he's going to be doing. It's definitely in the department of action, right? And there's no one that knows it better than Arnie. Terrible. I tried. But look, he's already done a super villain before. Remember Mr. Freeze? That was great. He got paid $30 million for that. $30 million to be Mr. Freeze. In the Batman... Was it Batman Forever or something? Which one was it? Do you guys know? Jamie, pull that up. Not sure. But, yeah. Look, Arnold Schwarzenegger is great. Do I want to see him in an MCU film? I kind of feel like he's almost... He's got his... He's in his own atmosphere, man. He doesn't... I don't know. It would just feel weird. It would just feel weird to see him again as some supervillain dressed up in a cape and shit. I'm like, I can't buy it, Arnie. I'm sorry. I can't buy it. Now, if he was like a superhero villain that had like dumbbells in his hands, I'd be like, all right, fair enough. Okay, I can see this now. Now, but you know what I mean? Like, I can't really see this happening. I can't really understand how this would actually work. But who knows, man? It very well could. In other news, which is actually a pretty interesting article. Now, we've spoken about Xbox Game Pass before, right? And how, like, does it hurt developers? Is it good for developers? Is it pro-consumer? I think it's very pro-consumer, right? But the question, and the jury's still out, if it ultimately is bad for developers. Dino Patti, the co-founder of Playdead and Jumpshit, has revealed that Xbox Game Pass hurt the studio's sales for Somerville. According to an interview by Video Games SI, when Patti first founded Jumpshit, the studio originally pitched the game to Google Stadia. Man, you should have gone with Google Stadia. That would have been so good. But ended up partnering with Microsoft to have its game launch on the Xbox Game Pass. He says, I think it hurts sales because a lot of people just go in and try it. They don't invest. If they don't like the first 10 minutes, that's it. Also, if you don't make it the first 10 minutes amazing, maybe it's also a problem. I think Game Pass is okay. It's not my favorite. My favorite is the old premium model where I sell you on some video game on big images and you earn your $30, and then after that, I have to deliver. I don't need to get money out of you later. I think that's a really interesting article because I think it's hard to know what Xbox Game Pass is going to be in terms of the future of developers. Is this going to end up hurting them? Is this going to be really good for indie titles that usually wouldn't have a big marketing budget? They don't have a lot of money behind them, and they just need to get the game into people's hands. And the best way to do that is a subscription service sometimes, right? Very minimal friction in terms of financial friction, right? People don't have to invest in a game that they have never heard of, or, there's not a lot of hype around. They've already got Game Pass. They jump in, they see a new title. They're like, cool, I'll try it today. That kind of thing definitely brings eyeballs onto new games and to studios that don't have a big marketing budget. Having said that, when he mentions, if someone doesn't like it in the first 10 minutes, they're out. That's interesting because I wonder if we're going to see gaming shift in the way that they try and suck people in the first 10 minutes, especially with Game Pass, right? Are we going to start seeing games that need to feel like, it's like when you read a book, right? The first page usually really needs to capture you, right? To get you to want to read the rest of the chapter or whatever. Now, we may see games that just need to play ball that way. They'll understand that if people aren't purchasing the game, they'll just turn it off after 10 minutes because they're not invested. There's other games to play on Game Pass. I wonder if we're going to start seeing a trend where more and more games that exist exclusively on Xbox Game Pass, or at least that's where they try and get most of their exposure, that they try and change the way that their game starts to try and feel more entertaining and more engaging. Interesting. Jackster says, ooh, Game Pass. Some people love it. As I said, for the consumer, it's pretty bloody good, but is it good for the developer? I don't know. Well, we have one story today saying it's not. One saying today it's not. Gary says, I think it was Batman Forever. Was it Batman Forever or was it Batman and Robin? Jaxa says Batman and Robin. Yeah. Michael says, sure, why not? Who cares? Marvel sucks now. I'm definitely Marveled out, right? But yes, I'm going to go see Spider-Man, but that's like Sony, but kind of Marvel, right? I'm going to see that for anyone that arrived a little bit later. I'm going to be doing a review of that on Friday. Very excited to see what that is. I want to see what the movie's like. Apparently there's like 300 Spider-Men and women in the multiverse in this new movie. There's just like an avalanche of Spidey people. It's going to be incredible, hopefully. Michael says, I've dipped out of games pretty quick on Game Pass. Yeah, me too, actually. Me too, absolutely. I've jumped on, played a bit of a game, and I'm like, fuck it. Like, I didn't pay for the game, so I don't feel like, okay, I've paid $60 here, or I've paid $30. I need to, like, stick with this to get my money's worth. There's definitely something to be said about the investment of the consumer being at the mercy, for at least the first hour or two, right, of the game developer dishing out what they deem best for the story. You know? But if you haven't paid for it, you're like, fuck it. I'm out. Didn't like the first 20 minutes, I'm out. You know? So I wonder if we are going to see that in the future, that developers have to change their tactics. Walter says, I really hope Diablo 4 is at least half as good as the masterpiece known as Overwatch 2. Look, we can only hope. Okay, we can only hope. We are seeing good reviews, though, of Diablo, and I actually want to watch one or two of those reviews with you tomorrow. Very excited to play Diablo on June 2nd, I think it is. June 2nd. In other news, Sony is confident that the PS5 can sell at least 108 million units in its lifespan. Look, that's a lot, but we have seen the PlayStation 4 do like 130 or something, didn't it? It did like 130, 140 million. 117, there we go, 117. I feel like PS5, if anything, would outperform PS4, right? Gaming in general is growing. There's more people playing than ever. Yes, COVID definitely had an effect on sales. A lot of people that wouldn't usually play games would definitely start playing through COVID. So that would have boosted console sales and digital sales, absolutely. But I'd be very surprised if we didn't see PlayStation 5 very much compete with PlayStation 4. Because as I said, more people are playing more than ever. Gaming is now part of kind of society. But more like pop culture now than ever before, right? And I'm sorry to say, but PlayStation is definitely leading the charge, and Xbox is not. And if anyone's going to, get the best figures out of this console generation, it's going to be PS5. IGN gave it 9. That's right, Abdul. They gave it 9. For Diablo, you mean? Yeah, absolutely. PlayStation 2 sold 120. Is that the thing I'm thinking of? Okay. I know that they sell a hell of a lot. Switch is... What's Switch again? I think it's like 100 and... Switch has sold a lot too. I know that. Switch has sold a hell of a lot of units. So... Xbox Series X though. Guys, you should see those figures. Scientists haven't actually created the figure, like the number yet for how many Xboxes have sold. They've ran out of zeros. Oh wait, no, they just needed 1 0. Sorry, my bad. Evil. Now, I want to watch the start and the finish of the the Street Fighter 6 review with you guys. Let's do it.
Remember when Street Fighter V came out and a lot of people were disappointed by its distinct lack of meat on its bones? Street Fighter 6 is the polar opposite.
This is your captain speaking.
What the fuck? I have premium.
Remember when Street Fighter V came out and a lot of people were disappointed by its distinct lack of meat on its bones? Street Fighter 6 is the polar opposite, complete with an excellent 18-character roster of both new and returning fighters, rendered in a killer new art style, an incredibly ambitious online battle hub that puts all other fighting game lobbies to shame,
oh yeah,
and just about everything you could ever ask for when it comes to training tools and systems to help you get better at the genre. It's a spectacularly feature-rich fighting game. Street Fighter 6 takes many swings in many different directions, and though not every blow connects, the ones that do are absolute knockouts.
Oh yeah.
Covered all their bases here.
All right, verdict. Here we go, folks.
Fighter games are always benchmark moments for the 2D fighting game genre. But Street Fighter 6...
Nah, Street Fighter 6 looks mad. Alto, I don't agree with that, man.
An incredible addition to the fighting mechanics that gives you a veritable Swiss Army knife of options and meter management decisions right from the start of every round. The starting roster is the best that Street Fighter has ever seen. Its online netcode through 3 betas has been impeccable so far, and the number of smaller details that it nails right out of the gate is unprecedented. It's so good that even the poor story and extremely slow progression of the single-player world tour amounts to only a jab's worth of damage on its metaphorical health bar. Whether you're completely new to fighting games or
9 out of 10, wasn't it 9?
Street Fighter 6 is a must-play.
Yeah! Very good. Now, look, I'm super excited for this. I don't know about you guys. Who said that it looks like shit? It looks like crap. Nah, Alto, I don't agree with you, man. I'm super excited for this. CJ Prime said, fuck your premium. That's so strange. I've been getting this bug recently where, like, only happens maybe every 3 or 4 days where it'll just give me an ad and I just have to refresh and then it's gone. It's back to premium. It's so weird. Maybe I'm just lying about the premium and like Diablo are lying about their questions. Yes, I'm very excited for this. Me and Thick Boy used to play a hell of a lot of Street Fighter back in the day. I mean, I'm talking like hours and hours daily for like 7 or 8 months. Street Fighter 4. We played hundreds and hundreds of hours of that. We also played Third Strike a lot. But like Diablo 4 for us was like the game that we would just play and play. We actually, when we were younger, when this first came out, Diablo 4, we bought this sound system. And we just like put the sound system on. We'd be listening to whatever music we wanted to listen at the time. And we would just play for hours with like very little sound from the game. We were just like vibing out for hours and hours listening to great music. Yeah, it was good times. Good times. Definitely going to be playing this. Going to be playing this with Thick Boy. He will play E-Honda. There he is. There's Thick Boy. There he is. Very excited for this. Extremely well reviewed, guys. I mean, super, super good. And it's so good to see that Street Fighter's back, you know, because it was for quite a while that Street Fighter was kind of definitely affected by how bad Street Fighter V's offering was. You know, as they said at the start of the review, it was lackluster. There was very little offering in terms of there wasn't a campaign, and it was just a bare bones experience compared to the Street Fighter 4 that we all, or most of us, know and love. So it's good to see that it's back, baby. 9 out of 10 from IGN. Very good. I didn't know that Elder's Elbar is going to be in Cyberpunk, actually. I did not know that. I knew that the expansion was coming out, but maybe I've just like missed all that. I did not know that, right? CD Projekt Red confirms that Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty will be present at Summer Games Fest. For all you wonderful people out there that are going to be watching the Summer Games Fest, the Xbox Showcase and the Starfield Showcase, among other things too, right? There's other PC game show. There's a few things. I will be streaming them all. Okay, if it's 2 a.m. here, I will stream it. Unless I sleep in. So if you want to watch it with me, I will be live. We can watch it together and see how good the Xbox Showcase is. And also see how good the Summer Games Fest is. Okay? Just FYI. In other news, okay, so I covered the other day that there was a big rumor going around that CD Projekt Red was getting bought by Sony. A lot of the outlets covered it. And now it seems like no. It's not happening. No one is calling me. Let me just turn that off. It's not happening, right? I thought I would bring this in so we all know we're on the same page. CD Projekt Red rep Alasandev confirmed that there are no talks with Sony regarding an acquisition. This comes after the rumor from yesterday suggesting Sony set to acquire CD Projekt Red. It seems like they're staying away from Sony. Now, a lot of people are happy about this, of course, because people feel like the less acquisitions, the better, because we get different types of games, different types of experiences. I, for one, was just like, look, if it happens, it happens, you know. If CD Projekt Red saw some, you know, huge opportunity funding-wise to fully realize some ideas and some games that they wanted to do, and that did, in fact, go forward, I'm of the opinion of like, okay, cool, you know. But a lot of people aren't, all right? They don't like the idea of just games, those conglomerates, just getting bigger and bigger. I will say, though, yes, I definitely see the side of the more studios that are outside the grasp of consoles, the more diverse games we'll get, the more quality the overall quality we'll see. Ideas will, like the melting pot of ideas will be bigger if we see more and more studios that continue to stay independent, you know. But as I said previously also, I do think we are moving towards a world of, it's not going to be console war, it's definitely going to be more IP war. And when that happens, the gobbling up of IP and studios is going to continue, right? So it's hard to buck the trend. It's going to be very much part of it, right? It's a question of which ones end up with which console. But I'm not saying that every single studio is going to end up with a console. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is Xbox and Sony can see the future of cloud streaming and all that kind of stuff, and maybe that consoles become a little bit more irrelevant, and they want to try and buy as many studios as possible. So expect more as we go on. That's what I'm saying. In other news, Martin Scorsese, man, this is cinema. Okay, he has met the Pope and announced that he will be making a film about Jesus. Now, he already did a film about Jesus. He did The Last Temptation of Christ, but you can expect another one. I don't know, man. Apparently, people didn't love this one. I've never actually fully watched it. I've only watched clips on YouTube. I've never fully watched it. But he's back at it again. He wants to talk about Jesus. And the top comment was, so he's moved into the fantasy genre. Good times. Good times. Look, I'm very excited for Killers of the Flower Moon. That's coming out hopefully soon. I actually don't know when that comes out, but I'm going to absolutely review that, okay? With Robert De Niro, Leo DiCaprio, and Martin Scorsese, of course, directing it. It's going to be awesome, and it's obviously finished, and he's wanting to move on to his next project. So, look, he's already done The Last Temptation of Christ. What's the next one going to be about? I don't know. Right? Like, re-entering. What's, when he moves the boulder and he comes out again after 3 days? Is that what it's going to be about? Or maybe he'll just do a remake and William Dafoe can play him again. William Dafoe, actually, compared to that photo in the 80s and now, he doesn't look that different. He could probably do it. Speaking of that, isn't there like another... Yeah, there's another Mel Gibson Passion of the Christ 2, isn't it? Jesus' Revenge. No, I don't know. I think that's also coming out soon. I actually wouldn't mind seeing that too. I thought Passion of the Christ was fantastic, okay? Mel Gibson as a director, absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. He also directed Braveheart, Hacksaw Ridge, Apocalypto. Yeah, big fan of Mel's directorial abilities. In other news, which isn't really news, I saw this and I'm like, what the fuck? Why hasn't people done this before? It's playing Tetris with sand, okay? If you want to check this out, there's a little link. You can play it. I think that's kind of cool, actually. I've never actually seen that before. I want to throw that in, right? Very important news. What else? Oh, that's right. This is important. Okay, so when the other day, we spoke about Dolphin. The Dolphin emulator on Steam was ultimately there for a couple of months. Well, it was actually there for about a month or so. And a lot of people were very curious to see why the Dolphin emulator was on Steam, because obviously it was going to be, definitely breaking a few rules with Nintendo. So a lot of people thought that Nintendo was issuing a DMCA takedown. Now, it has recently been revealed, updated yesterday, or the day before, I should say. According to Pierre Bourdon on Mastodon, who was the Dolphin's treasurer for the Foundation backing the project, he's now stepped down. Valve actually initiated the conversation to check in with Nintendo on this. So this is not a DMCA takedown request from Nintendo. It said it would violate the DMCA anti-circumvention provisions, so Valve took it down. So there's technically nothing for Dolphin to counter here. So Steam was the one that checked in with Nintendo. Nintendo wasn't the one that shot the fire first. I think that's quite interesting. And look, let's be honest, right? Were we really going to see a Dolphin emulator on there playing emulated games of Nintendo? I mean, I was excited to see if they were going to do it, but when this story first released, I was like, that doesn't make sense. There's no way that this is going to continue. But a lot of people that love to play emulated games and stuff, and they own the copy from 20 years ago, they were excited to be able to do it, but you can't do it on Steam. Seems like it's been taken off indefinitely. Shad times, folks. Shad times. Now, guys, we're going to be playing the quiz game soon, okay? So who's excited for the quiz game? Now, this is the 90s. So the other day we did the 2000s, 10 questions or so of some of the games that we all know and love, just the music. This one is going to be the 90s. Now, I haven't watched it. I don't know what the questions are, but I hope they're going to be hard because I remember the last one wasn't too hard. All right, so hopefully this one's going to be difficult. In other news, South Korea's Fair Trading Commission approves the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard King. Come on, CMA. What are you doing, pal? More and more people are jumping on. After the US jumps in and says yes, if they do jump in and say yes, I'd be very surprised if Activision Blizzard King didn't become part of Xbox. And we can see the quality of Redfall for all the games. But I'd be very surprised if they didn't move forward with this deal in some capacity, right? I mean, as I said, probably about a week ago, 10% of Activision's income is or 11% is derived from the UK. So that's a sizable chunk, right? So they'd have to weigh up the figures and say, well, is this going to be worth it? Should we move out of the UK or should we stay there? But you know what? They may do the figures and go, fuck it. No, screw it. We're out. See you later, UK. And they'll just move their business in terms of offering games and cloud services from the UK, and they'll just be in every other jurisdiction. They'll just leave them in the dirt, which will be a shame. But this is the risk the CMA takes now. All right. We'll have to see what happens. But that's certainly interesting. In other news, because I'm on Kick right now. I'm on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, fucking Facebook. I'm on a few places that people are watching. I appreciate everyone being here. Thanks so much. Kick is up 300% within only 3 months, man. That's massive. Kick, man. Kick is doing well. I don't know how many people watch on my Kick. I reckon maybe none. Like, literally none. I know a few people watch on Facebook. I know a few people watch on Twitch. But most of my people watch on YouTube, right? But I've had Kick on there for a while now. I don't actually think anyone on Kick. But fuck it. We're going to keep it anyway. Because it's all about exposure, folks. Okay? Kick. I'm going to be the biggest on Kick one day. You'll see. You'll see. But great numbers. Good to see that Twitch is having a genuine competitor. Now, Facebook also was trying to compete back in the day. And also, Mixer. LOL. Mixer and Ninja, that was a good saga. It's hard, man. I mean, a lot of people gravitate to one platform because it's a bit like YouTube, right? Like, you want to go for one place to get all those videos in one place. It's hard for other companies and websites to compete when it's just like a suction event. You know, it's like, it's this phenomenon where if one place becomes the happening place, more people are going to go there as creators because YouTube is the place to be, and that's where they can probably have the best shot of making it as a YouTuber. They're not going to invest in other platforms, and then again, this like vortex, this black hole of everyone just goes to that one platform. Same with Twitch, you know, people want to be Twitch streamers. Hard for other companies to truly compete with that when they feel like that's the place to be. But for Kick to have such a good first 3 months, that's great to see. The more that we can see multiple platforms competing with one another, the more we'll see Twitch be more fair, you know? So we'll have to see, folks. We'll have to see. All right, who's ready for the quiz game? What time is it? Okay, cool. We're doing good for time. All right, so 10 seconds to answer questions. It's the 90s. Okay, it's all the video game music that we all know and love. I don't know. I haven't actually watched I've only seen the first question. Okay. I wanted to check what it was going to be like before I put it in the show. I don't know the rest of the 9 questions, okay? Let's do these together. 10 seconds. Tell me what the answer is in the comment section. Who's ready for that? No, don't show that. Go away. Fuck. Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, wait. No, we don't want to do that. All right. Who's ready for the show? I was going to say, if you gave me another ad of our premium, I would have been pissed. Okay, come on. Come on, guys. Halo Infinite. Crash Bandicoot. Yeah. All right. Easy. Okay. Okay. Come on, guys. Redfall. I fucking knew that. I just forgot the name for a second. God damn it. I did know that. Okay, this is easy. Come on, folks. Song of Storms, Ocarina of Time. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know what the fuck this is. I actually don't know what this is. Knack 2. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. God. What the fuck is this? I have no idea. What? They should have done the famous one. Oh. Easy clap. Easy clap. Banjo and Kazooie. Easy. Alright, this is easy. Easy clap. It's a me, Mario 64. Nice. Oh man. Oh man, I got no idea. Fuck. Yeah, it's a bit Castlevania. What am I thinking? Yes. Nah, I got no idea. God damn it. Oh man, I know this song. Diddy Kong Racing? No. Spyro! Oh god. Jesus. Oh man. Oh man. That was the worst round. Usually I'm getting 7 out of 10. That was the worst run I had. Did I get like 4 out of 10? 5 out of 10? Jesus. That was not good, folks. Not good. But we had fun anyway. Alright, we did have fun. Oh man, that's a shame. I'll do another one. I'll do another one tomorrow. I'm going to try and find a fun one. Tomorrow I want to do some of the Diablo reviews. I want to watch them together. Whatever news, reviews, and discussions is there. It's a bit light on news this week, to be honest. That's why I didn't go live yesterday. But guys, I appreciate everyone being here. That Diablo thing at the beginning, though, those fake questions. Jesus. Hopefully they don't do that again. But we'll have to see if they do. I want to see a trend now where new developers just come out with fake questions and we got to figure out, are they fake or are they real? Starfield will definitely have real questions. Okay? What are you talking about? That's it for... Oh, 4 out of 10, maybe 7, literally 0. You got 0 out of 10? Oh, man. Oh, you mean you got 0 wrong? Oh, I need to be cuffed. You got... Okay, so you got none right. That's okay. 4 out of 10, a few 4 out of 10s. That was a difficult one today. That's a really difficult one. Eric says, fake gamer confirmed. You got me, folks. You got me. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I love, appreciate you. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with some more news. See you guys next time. Laymen out.